live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today I'm doing a market update. It feels good to be back, making content again, giving out the good word, trying to spread truth, knowledge, and a little bit of insight into this new paradigm we have known as blockchain technology. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I'm talking about Bitcoin, the granddaddy of them all, BTC to the USD on a 343, just like the good old days. So prepare yourselves, enjoy the show. And if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you can profit as a result. Today is no exception, so ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go ahead and make this money. As I mentioned, Bitcoin, BTC to USD rallies to nearly 45,000 of them things. I remember back in the day, BTC was just $400, $500. You know what I'm saying? You could buy it with a debit card out of CVS and, Coinbase, transfer it to your local Bitcoin, sell it at Starbucks, and now it's coming a long way. You know what I'm saying? We got billion-dollar entities riding this wave of longevity and prosperity on the blockchain. And, it's good to see, I think, the resilience that the industry has had, the promise that it holds for the future, and most certainly the prominence that it will give you as a global asset well within your lifetime. This is the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of humanity. So if you don't learn anything else from hearing my voice, just know you heard it here first. Now is the best chance you will have to create a legacy that lasts beyond your days. And now is the best chance you will have to create a financial situation that is essentially whatever you want it to be. That is why I am making these videos. I haven't really been live on the air anytime soon. I did my first video back in 2017, and shit sent a shock through the ether. You know what I'm saying? Through the metaverse, through the blockchain space. I had a voice, a prominent voice, flew around the world a couple times, and now I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Rebalance, refocus, re-energize, and most importantly, recentered to give this message. Right. One of my gifts that I give away free of charge on this channel is my ability to see into the charts, so to speak. It's all math, right? This is all of the relevant mathematical information that Bitcoin has at any given time is just the chart that it's built on, right? So one of the things I wanted to do, right? I used to do this back in the day, and I'm gonna try to make this like a little 10-minute video, but I used to do this back in the day. We take this one off, we take this one off, and it was called the white ball test. And I would put up a little circle, if I can find my little circle over here, right? And that's green, but we go paint it white for the purpose of this demonstration, right? Let's fill it up a little bit, right? So this is the white ball test, right? And this is basically how you can tell the polarity of a market shift, right? Just imagine that white ball is like skee ball, right? And all you want to do when you're trying to look for a macro reversal, i.e., is it time to buy or is it time to sell? You want to look for the place. If that ball was rolling down that hill, it comes up, probably get tired a little bit, right? We can make it small for the purpose of this demonstration, so it don't have as much inertia, right? So just imagine it's sitting on top of that hill, right? Sitting on top of it, it comes down, right? And then it started to go up that hill, but it started to get tired. See, it started to get tired, so I had to go back, settle in, and right there. And this was early in the year. This was like, January, February. I did a couple videos around that time telling you guys to buy Bitcoin. I did one at like 35K. I did one at like 30K, 32, somewhere in there. Just, do your research and, just, if you don't know who I am, just Google me. Like, I've been in the game. I'm an OG at this point. This ain't new to me. But anyway, this is a white ball test. White ball tests tell you that point right there, approximately early February, was our macro reversal. Now, keep in mind, this is for the gray area, which is our M2 money. This is the billionaires. This is the whales, essentially. Are they buying or are they selling the current asset you're looking at? And as you can see, back in February, they started buying up Bitcoin by the droves. They picked a price right around 20,000. As soon as Bitcoin got to 20K, big money in the industry said, that's cheap enough. We gonna start buying it back up right here. And today, the price that the whales are buying into is nearly 30,000, which is approximately 50% higher than it was. So all the whales, you know, that started buying at 20K, then essentially made half their money back in profit. And it's only going to continue to go up higher and higher and higher. And this is just a quick macro analysis you can do to try to get some insight. Now, when you look at other coins, say, for example, XRP, its chart is not nearly as favorable, right? Especially when you start to zoom out over time. XRP has really taken a hit. This thing got chopped down and really hasn't started to recover from the prominence. But one thing's for sure, we do have a nice little dovetail forming. And so you can just imagine that the whales see that pattern too and know that their risk is very minimized over time. So this is an attractive chart for the whales as well, right? But back to BTC to the USD, the long money, you know, the slow money is in. So now we can start to break this thing down like a fraction. Let's go on the 7 and the 747. You know, white over blue, you know what to do, especially in the macro reversal. That's when you put down 2 and pick up 6, as I used to say, right? Let's see, right? And this is on a daily, right? One of the things I try to do is get on some prime numerology. That's where I get the 343 from. We get on the 343 and we start to see. Let's just go back in time. I didn't want to do that. Where's that white ball at? There it goes. Leave that white ball there because that tells us where our reversal node is. And now we go back to the 343, right? And this is essentially the area of the chart that is the most telling for us, because essentially that was our first little run where that white ball showed up. So that's where we're going to draw a lot of insights from. This is basically our Fibonacci right here, right, for that first little run, right? And you can see it was, and one thing about TradingView is they make it snap to, like, I'm gonna just put it there, but the point that I'm lining it up to is actually right there. TradingView really kind of screwed up. You can see how, like, it tries to follow the data. I don't know why, because I like to freestyle most of my information, but nonetheless, if anybody at TradingView can fix that problem, that would be great. But yeah, so this thing was suppressed, you know, right when we came up to the 1.6. As soon as it broke through that $38,000 barrier, it's off to the races. And now we're gonna start to see some top-down consolidation. I should have a 2.6 here. I don't know why I don't. What happened to my 2.6? I'm gonna have to go back, figure out those coordinates again. But between the 2.4 and the 2.6 is usually an area that the chart cools off on, and this is right around 48 to 50,000, right? So essentially, I think that's what is going to be the short-term ceiling for Bitcoin. It can also be noted that over here on the left-hand side, you kind of see where that fall off happened at, right? Once we fell through that support level, it was another big fall and another big fall. And now we're starting to slowly come back, slowly come back. So again, I say all that to say this. This is probably one of the better setups. Actually, it is. You know, I spent some time doing the market research before I did this video. This is the best setup in the market. You have one other altcoin that's setting up like this right now. Actually just broke out within the past couple days. I'm gonna do a video on that coin tomorrow. If you listen to this part of the video, leave me a comment on this YouTube video. Let me know what coin you think that is. Again, this is using the boss methodology, you know, prime numerology, some statistical forecasting, and a little bit of sacred geometry all wrapped into one. And Yeah, let me know what coin you think it is. It's a top 50 coin. I'll give that to you. And look very, very, very good on the charts. So I'm gonna be doing a video on that one tomorrow. But yeah, this is Bitcoin. This is the granddaddy of them all. This is the new sun. You know what I'm saying? Like blockchain is the light, Bitcoin is the sun. Together they are indistinguishable from each other, and they will have already recreated a new universe, a new paradigm shift, a new status quo, a new future that we will soon all be reoriented within, and they're within. You understand? This is the truth. That's what blockchain is. It's autonomous. It's decentralized. It's you don't have to trust. It's trustless, right? It just is, right? In today's world, we have a lot of patriarchy, a lot of disinformation, a lot of intentional, misguided, and secluded knowledge. But Bitcoin, it just runs on a protocol that supersedes all of that. They say we existed since 2009. If you've been down, you already got down. Get down with the get down. And if you want to come on in, and the doors are always open. You know what I'm saying? Convert your USD into BTC and ride the money train all the way into Cash Town, right? This is CoinTelegraph talking about it's a likely top. Again, talking about 45K. I just showed you right now. The statistical analysis is between 47 and 51, let's just say, but somewhere in there it will cool off. But guess what? Once it does cool off, as you can see, that white ball, just imagine that white ball, it still has all that energy behind it from that last hill. It wants to keep going, right? Eventually it's going to have to settle somewhere in here. But right now, the M1 money or the M2 money is the whales are running, right? And normally when that happens, when you get that much pent-up energy from the whales, from that gray area back there, it steps up, right? And so that's what I can see happening. Another big jump up to 51, 48, 49 before it starts to cool off and decide what it wants to do next, right? And if we're going to look at time, when will this happen, right? I think we already have kind of like the probability step down pretty good, right? All we need to do here is kind of create these little levels, these different little channels that Bitcoin runs within. As I said, the whales are buying right now all the way through 37. So 37 is essentially our new macro floor, right? But if we put these different areas in here, boom, boom, 1, 2, take that off for now. This essentially becomes our levels, right? That's the new channel that Bitcoin is in. And as I told you, it will run up until about 51,000. And the soonest, that could happen very soon, right up in there somewhere. Green, right? Right up in there somewhere. But more than likely, I think this date between here and here, this is really our target zone right there. But because it's so hot right now, you're probably going to hit that within the next 2 weeks. This chart is predicting, I think that looks like January, mid-January. I think we're going to get there before mid-January. But as long as we are there before March, it looks like, this chart is still red hot. Right, so that's our target zone right here. We just call this boom, boom. That's where you look Bitcoin to hit at, right? And that is 48,000, on or before January 23rd, with an early of looks like 12/12, a couple days. I don't think it's gonna run that quick, right? You still got to get through there. That's gonna be a big layer of consolidation, and then after that, we'll start to see how much they want to buy into it. We know what's going to happen. It's inevitable. It is written, that this thing is here to change the world, henceforth, now and forever. Now you got the fiduciaries starting to acknowledge it and starting to practice what they preach, and being public servants and investing in a global asset that actually helps the people, as opposed to puts them in indentured servitude to a bunch of financial oligarchs. Now you have the chance to see real world chess and real world checkers. What countries are going to do it first? You got San Salvador, they've been buying Bitcoin for a while, since like 10, 20,000, right? You got MicroStrategy, right? You got BlackRock, right? These are some of the biggest companies in the world supporting this revolution. And so it's just exciting times to see. I'm happy to be have a first world view, of something that's essentially changing the world. And I'm just trying to use my insight and limited knowledge on mathematics and statistical forecasting to help you out, so you can profit as a result. So again, that's my long-winded way of saying, if you haven't bought Bitcoin yet, then now is probably one of the best times in history to do so. This post, from LinkedIn, the Bitcoin 200-week moving average has never dipped, and it will never dip as long as it's priced in fiat. Let me read that again. The Bitcoin 200-week moving average, 200 WMA, has never dipped, and it will never dip. Again, that is the whales behind the chart, like that gray area, that's another layer behind them that just keeps buying it, keeps buying it, keeps buying it. And they say the golden cross is when the 50 crosses the 200, but the 200 has never gone down. You see what I'm saying? That's inflation working against itself. That's basically a hedge on the future. That is the most viable information network technology ever bestowed upon humanity, and it was given away for free, right? This is the penicillin of finance. It could solve just about any problem that we have for our societal needs and operations. And it will be very exciting to see how this is utilized moving into the future. And so now, it's probably one of the best times to buy Bitcoin. 45K is still cheap insofar as I could tell. You can't buy a new Mercedes-Benz. What is this? 2024 Mercedes-Benz, right? And I know that's what it's. That's my bad. New 2024 Mercedes-Benz E-Class, probably what, 70,000, right? How much do it cost? How much do it cost? There you go, 41,000, right? So it's just about the same, just comparable. But then you got the S-Class, the E-Sprinter, sitting at $71,000, right? You got trucks up here for 100 grand. And so, this is the cheap Benz right here for 41K. But you still got cars out here running 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. They guaranteed to go down in value. Anything with four wheels go down in value. But Bitcoin, is the best financial vehicle ever bestowed upon humanity in the history of the internet, right? Very exciting time. So, keep it all in perspective. Realize that anything worth having is worth working for. Anything worth keeping is worth waiting for. And this is what the world has been waiting on. With that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay or California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss. Huh?